Alright guys, in today's video we have some more PlayStation and Xbox news to go over and talk about some stuff I think you guys are going to be pretty interested in. So if you could do me a favor before we get into it, hit the like button if you do end up enjoying the video. The support is greatly appreciated. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit the bell notification icon as well. But I'm just going to be starting off by letting you guys know that the October PlayStation Plus lineup has been officially confirmed by Sony. So you're looking at Need for Speed Payback and Vampire, or Vampire, however you say it. So those are the two games you're going to get for free if you are subscribed to PlayStation Plus for October. But something else I do want to briefly mention here is that we do have another launch exclusive confirmed for the PlayStation 5, that game being The Pathless. And this was actually just confirmed to be a PlayStation 5 launch title, I believe, yesterday. And so this was a title we did see some gameplay of. It looks fairly interesting. I can't say that it's a type of game that I'm going to be playing day one on the PS5. We're going to talk more about the PlayStation 5 launch lineup soon. But it will be running at 60 FPS on the PS5. I assume 4K or close to 4K. But it's a nice title to have there. We know that Kenna Bridge of Spirits was supposed to be a title that a lot of people were looking forward to at the launch. It did get delayed, so it will be coming sometime in 2021. This seems like it's kind of taking the place of that. So I just wanted to make you guys aware of that as well. But something else we do need to talk about is the whole situation regarding the hands-on impressions, apparently, that we're going to be getting from specifically Japanese YouTubers. And so Gamatsu actually put out a tweet, says Japanese YouTube creator, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce their name because I'll butcher it. They're famous Japanese YouTuber. They have a channel. I'm assuming it's fairly big. Says they're going to post their Try PS5 on YouTube Gaming Week video featuring Astro's Playroom in 43 hours. So that's, you know, a little under 2 days, and this is something we've known about, but we do now have confirmation that the title they're going hands-on with is Astro's Playroom, which to me is a tad bit disappointing, mainly because they're making it seem as though that's the only title that they're going to be showing off. And, you know, it makes sense. It's going to come pre-installed on every PlayStation 5, so I think it makes complete sense to have anybody go hands-on with that title first. But I was kind of hoping we were going to get maybe some hands-on impressions of Demon's Souls remake or maybe Spider-Man Miles Morales. We don't know for sure if that's something we're not going to get. That's not explicitly confirmed. But based off of what I'm seeing here, it seems as though Astro's Playroom really is going to be the only title that we hear about. Something else we don't really have confirmation of is whether or not we're going to see the UI, whether or not we're going to learn about any of the new features. It seems like we're not going to learn about that stuff. It seems very likely that all we're really going to hear about is how it feels to play Astro's Playroom, what it's like, what the DualSense controller feels like, maybe what the console looks like potentially in person. These are all things that people at this point in time are really becoming eager to learn about, because Sony seems to be very quiet about this stuff, and we are getting really close to the launch of this console. So if anything, this is a good sign that Sony's opening up a little bit more, and they're starting to talk a little bit more, starting to let people actually get their hands on it. You know, as to whether or not we're going to learn about the UI and stuff next week, it's anybody's guess at this point. But I just wanted to keep you guys updated on this, because I know a lot of you are, you know, every day asking, when are we going to see more about the UI? When are we going to hear about more details? And so this kind of does lead us into something else we do need to talk about when it comes to hands-on impressions. It seems as though Microsoft is sending out Xbox Series X units to a lot of media, a lot of influencers, YouTubers, anybody with a, you know, fairly large audience that's involved in the gaming or tech space. They're actually sending out these units for these individuals to kind of go hands-on with and just have to keep in their homes to test it out. And a lot of them are saying that their impressions or their videos or write-ups or whatever are going to be going up soon. And this seems a little bit different from what we had happen earlier this week, where Microsoft was allowing a lot of these journalists and whatnot, places like Digital Foundry, to go hands-on with the backwards compatibility and fully test out loading times. This seems like it's more on the influencer side this time around, and it'll be interesting to see what they have to say. We don't really have any word as to whether or not they're going to be playing any like next gen games, as in games that are fully optimized for the Xbox Series X. That's something that's still kind of up in the air. We still don't know when exactly Microsoft's going to be revealing that, but you know, it is interesting to see Microsoft doing this, because again, it does bring up the question, when is Sony going to start doing this? And we're going to have more conversations about that. I'm thinking that we're going to hear something next week. I don't know what, I don't know how, you know, revealing it will be, but I have to imagine that Sony can't really go another week throughout, you know, October without at least revealing something, because people want to see the teardown. They want to, again, they want just to know all of the details. And I know that to some people it doesn't feel that important. There are a lot of people who have the mentality, you know, it's not a big deal. I'm not playing the UI, I'm playing the games. But I think we do have to understand that the UI is a pretty massive part of the entire console experience, learning about this stuff, because it's going to be something that, you know, if you do invest in a PlayStation 5, you're going to be interacting with for years to come. So I'm sure we'll be learning more about that soon. But the final thing I have to talk about in this video, and this is pretty important, and it's not really great news, unfortunately. It has to do with PlayStation 4 save files and whether or not they're going to carry over to the PlayStation 5. And this is kind of a messy situation. Again, this is where Sony's kind of being a little bit too quiet. I think it would serve a lot of PlayStation fans well if Sony could maybe just compile a list of some sort to let us know. But we do have confirmation, apparently, that specifically for Spider-Man Miles Morales, saves can transfer from the PlayStation 4 to the PS5. However, we have other titles where that's just simply not the case, and we don't really know exactly why. It seems like something that developers maybe can do if they want it. I don't know if they're running into complications or difficulties, but we have confirmation that Yakuza is not going to be one of these titles that you're able to transfer your save file over. Yakuza Like a Dragon specifically. So that's confirmed that you're not going to be able to do that. Dirt 5 is another title where they're saying that you will not be able to carry over your PS4 save files to the PS5. We also have, let's see here, I believe it is Maneater. So Maneater was confirmed to actually be getting a free PlayStation 5 upgrade, which is great. But unfortunately, the saves won't carry over, and I believe specifically with Maneater there's going to be a separate trophy list. I'm not sure if that applies to all of these games, but the reason why I'm mentioning to you guys is because if you're somebody who's contemplating playing some of these titles and you want to, you know, carry it over to the PS5, you might want to be aware that as of right now, and it could change, as of right now, it seems like Spider-Man Miles Morales is one of the only titles that's going to do this. And this is an area where Xbox is definitely doing better than PlayStation, where apparently it's just something that can apply to all games easily, no problem. I don't know what the problem is here with the PlayStation 4 to PS5, but if you're somebody, again, who cares about this, you're probably going to want to look into this and do a little bit of research for yourself before you boot up a game on PS4 that you plan to play on the PS5, just to see if there's any information out there letting you know whether or not your save files and your progress is going to be able to transfer over, because it would be really disappointing if you played a game, you got really invested in it on the PS4, and you think you're just going to be able to move over to the PS5 and play it and have your files transfer over, but it just simply can't work that way. Definitely unfortunate, but that's going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. I hope you did find it informative. Again, if you did, leave it a like. Make sure you leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already. Hit the bell notification icon so you never miss an upload, and feel free to share this video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.